United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as is required by Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, with respect to the rules of the meeting published the same. This announcement must be entered into the minutes of the meeting. Those attending today, please be aware that all board meetings are recorded via audio. Roll call, Maria.
Chairman Engel? Commissioner General?
Here.
Commissioner Katz?
Here.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Here.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Here.
Commissioner Snyder?
Here.
I just got some housekeeping items for the board. So first thing is that we initially had Thursday as an if needed at 4 p.m. That is going to be needed at this point for the remainder of the provisional ballots as well as commissioner review of hold for provisional ballots.
So Thursday, 4 p.m., is that?
Yeah, Thursday at 4
You got to go a little louder.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be a little loud, thank you. Monday, at this point, is looking as if commissioners will not be needed for the 4 p.m. meeting, but we'll still need commissioners to come on Monday and sign the election certification documents for the clerk to submit to the state. At any time. I can definitively give you an answer, and the only thing that would prevent me from saying absolutely not would be any cure ballots that come in on Saturday that would need for you guys to review. But again, that would be highly unlikely, so I'm going to say probably not. But again, I can let the commissioners know after mailing out any cure letters come in on Saturday whether or not they're needed. Okay. In terms of adjudication, I know from the commissioners that Wednesday, that Commissioner Katz is the only one that's available for 2 p.m. I was asking if Commissioner Moskowitz or Commissioner Snyder were available at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. That would be most likely just provisional ballots at that point.
This Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
Can we make it 2:30? If you do 2:30, I can be here.
We defer to Commissioner Katz. 2:30 is okay.
I can do that.
Okay. All right. So 2:30. And we'll send out just a reminder on that. And then for Friday would be just, again, we're counting whatever provisional ballots we don't count today, we will count on Thursday. So there may be, again, a small batch that will need to be reviewed on Friday. So I was asking if any commissioners are available at Friday, either at 10 or 2. Commissioner Moskowitz, yes?
Yes.
So we got one. For which time, 10 or 2?
Both.
Both? And then I'll ask if there's a Republican commissioner. You're both too? All right, good. Let's make that easy. Friday. We'll just do 10 just so we have it open. We'll send out including with some of your documents, the county clerk has requested if the board can open up the back of some particular voting machines on election night. The poll workers did not produce, either put into the correct item the 0 or the, in some cases, either or the final results tape for a voting machine. So again, we have the sticks, so we're able to count, but for counting purposes and just for verification, we need the results tapes from the voting machines. So with your packet is a list of voting machines that the county clerk is asking the board if we can open and produce the results tapes for those machines. You remember from our previous meeting, I'll give it to Commissioner Katz, is that from our previous meeting, the Secretary of State through the Division of Elections said that the impoundment period of 17 days, the changes to the law is not applicable, so that the board is authorized to, go into the back of the machine post-election if warranted. So, I kind of said in the last meeting, if you guys want to approve such a measure, we can. If you want to have a Democratic Republican commissioner be present for that, we can certainly do that. But again, for purposes of producing the tape, just asking if the board can authorize that. And then along the lines with that is, again, I know sometimes for some contests we take the extra measure is that if you would also want to authorize maybe just us going into the back of Perth Amboy or Piscataway voting machines in the back, just to make sure that no provisional ballots or emergency ballots or mail-in ballots were stuck in the back of the voting machine that you guys would need to look at for Thursday.
Tom, wouldn't that be the same for every machine in every town?
We could, and again, we could
I
do
don't
that.
really want us to go back in the machines unless there's a specific reason for it.
Well, again, that's why it's just a suggestion. We've done it for particular contests in the back in the past, but,
Well, if someone tells us that they did a writing and it hasn't reflected, so you on the tape, I think there's a reason. But just to open up every machine to look to see if there's straight provisional ballots there or anything else, I would not be
and
comfortable.
then I would say at this point in time for Piscataway, for example, or any jurisdiction, we do not have any information from poll worker or clerk saying that anything's in the back of the machine.
I do have another issue, a question.
Yes.
There's zero tapes and the results tapes. Unless the poll clerks put the zero tape in the back of the machine, it wouldn't be there. Because the zero tape is in the morning.
The zero tape is in the morning, and the results tape is at the end of the night.
Well,
So,
we're looking to see if they left.
no, not so much for what's in front of you. We would just open the machines and produce the end of the night
Right.
tapes. So either it wasn't included in the supplies, it was provided back to the clerk, or it was put in supplies that, it was put in somewhere else in the supplies that will
So
eventually
for
come back.
example, Carteret 10050, whatever that district, it turns out to be the district, we're gonna open that and just see if the zero tape was just stuck in the machine.
It's in the back of the machine,
It's
or
not
we would turn the
printed.
machine on and then at least get the end of night results.
But we have the end of the night.
From the USB stick, but the physical actual tape, that's supposed to come out of the machine, we do not have.
It doesn't say that. It says, some of them it's the zero tape and the results tape. Some just says the zero tape. Does that mean that should have the results tape?
If we can go back in the machine and produce the record which was produced in the morning.
Okay, I'm missing something here. Sayreville 1456, 0, 1485 results. Some say zero, some say results.
Yes.
And if they're the zero tape, that's only in the morning.
Yes.
We can't press a button and get the zero tape. It's either they either exist or doesn't exist.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, checking the machine, see if the zero tape is in there, and then if it's the results tape, just opening up the machine for presenting or getting the results tape from that set machine.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. Why is this happening? Why, how come we're doing this? Why is this happening? Is it poll worker corrections?
Poll worker error, there was a clear plastic bag in the supplies bag that is marked results bags, in terms of the poll worker instructions manual, and then training, it says you've got to put in the zero results tape and end the night results tape into that bag signed by a Democrat Republican.
Okay, will these districts be notified,
Yeah.
that there's been errors and that it has to be rectified, make sure that doesn't happen again?
Yes, we can certainly, and like we do post-election, we can, present the poll workers to you in a separate meeting, and you guys can decide whether a letter or training is warranted for poll workers from these districts.
Any questions? Oh,
Beatrice.
sorry.
My question is, the results tapes in Woodbridge, all of them are usually very careful with careful poll workers. So how come those are missing?
And they're not in with the supplies that are provided to the municipal clerk.
And what response did you get when you called directly?
To whom?
Mayor, I don't know, the poll is two, I think we had, Woodbridge has two poll work chart, what do they call, captains or
Yeah,
Master
managers?
poll workers.
Master poll
Yeah,
workers.
master poll workers. Nothing from master poll workers. Again, the results tape at the end of the night are collected by the county clerk.
These are machine.
Okay, then did you speak with the county clerk?
Yes.
And the county clerk said
That these tapes were not provided, and if we can then,
he's not doing anything? Isn't he doing something as well to look
Who's
for
doing?
them? The county, oh, not the county clerk, sorry. The clerk in Woodbridge.
we can't do anything about it. At this point, the machines are.
These are machine numbers, not the lower district numbers. These are machine numbers.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't know which poll clerks misbehaved in what districts, because we don't know at this point, but we know it's all that. I have no problem in a primary election to allow Republican and Democrat employee of our teams over this. In a general election, I might be more comfortable having a Republican and Democrat commissioner. So for this primary, I'm happy to personally, I would authorize that. Or I move that we accept that for those purposes.
We have a second on that?
Second.
Chairman Engel?
Yeah.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Commissioner Cast?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes, and we will know who actually goes. We will get the names of those persons who are selected.
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder?
Commissions are back here.
Yes.
No, that's it, appreciate it. For the ballot review, Nick, how are we doing?
Resetting it, so let's see what happens.
Tom, is there anything, while we're waiting to get this set up, is there?
No,
Preemptive.
if you want to do commissioner and public comments, Paul, there were
Well,
comments.
yeah.
Yeah.
Public comment first.
Any commissioner comments?
You normally have the public comments first.
Public comments? And not on the list.
Oh, it should be.
Public comments?
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Charlie Cravenville, New Brunswick today. Appreciate the commissioners and your work. I'm sorry I missed the first part of the meeting, so I might have missed some of this, but I wanted to ask what issues came up in the election, if there were problems with equipment, and I also wanted to make sure the commissioners saw the latest ES&S screw-up in, I believe it was Cape May County. So yeah, apparently the machines were pulling up the wrong ballot for people, and so a candidate went in to vote and expecting to vote for themselves, did not see their name on the ballot because I guess the folks at ES&S confused Wildwood and Wildwood Crest, is my understanding. So wanted to bring that to your attention since it seems like folks were not aware of that. And yeah, what happened here in Middlesex County? Were there problems or issues with the equipment, or the connectivity, or any of the stuff we've seen in recent years?
Anybody?
And again, I would say, nothing major, nothing major in terms of the equipment or connectivity. And again, there were minor issues, well, I should say, issues at the local level, and most of those were addressed through a combination of county IT and ES&S and board staff addressing. Usually it's just, the poll books or the router not being turned on correctly, or the poll workers not following procedures. So, but no, in terms of connectivity, there were new routers for a selection, and again, we'll have a post-election kind of analysis of that. But by and large, the routers work better than the previous generation of routers, and poll book slowdowns and stuff, which was reported in previous elections, did not occur in this election.
Okay. I guess my other issue stems from the reduced transparency with the results. I'm not sure how much of this is a choice that's being made and how much of it is a result of recent legislation, but I'm sure we've all visited the website to peruse the results. And yeah, you can't get district by district breakdowns. You can't see, well, how did candidate X perform in my ward or my district, or you just can't see where the support is coming from. There's a map, and so you can kind of make guesses based on the map, but the numbers aren't there. And I think that not only, forgive me, that not only presents a problem for those of us who are curious and want to see, how different candidates or questions perform in different areas, but it also can lead to errors not being caught. Certainly ES&S has proven that they are capable of messing things up and having malfunctions or mistakes happen on their end. And my view is it's a lot harder to catch those things if we don't have access to complete results the night of the election. And the only way to do that is to post them on the web, because I don't know about you, but I don't have the capacity to send people to every polling location in the county. Certainly don't even really have that capacity just of the 13 locations in New Brunswick. And it just seems silly that, folks who can, show up at all the locations can get the complete results, but those of us who don't miss our chance, and then we don't have those complete results for sometimes weeks, and perhaps forever if there's not enough ballots cast. Based on some of this new legislation, I'm worried that the transparency is just not what it used to be, and that's going to lead to, when problems happen, less likely that they're caught, less likely that they're corrected, more likely that the error becomes more consequential. So I know it's not necessarily your job to release the results or put those on the web, but I wanted to raise my concern and my complaint, because I know that all of you are in a position to at least push for change, and more transparency, in my view, is better and sorely needed here. So I'd love to hear from the commissioners if you have any thoughts on that, but that's all I have today.
Okay. Thank you, Charlie.
Matt, can I comment?
Yeah.
Oh, so just quickly, so you are correct, it is the clerk's job to put the information on the web. However, my understanding, and I'm sure you'll come back and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but in the end, when things are certified and the privacy screen has been lifted, you will actually have more results and more transparency than you would have had, because vote by mails will be delineated by precinct, which they have never been done before. What's happening in this primary, my understanding is that the Attorney General's office has said that there is they have said, but they are correctly reminding us that there is a right to privacy of your vote, and you cannot puncture that privacy. And they have to ascertain on a precinct or district by district basis in very low vote scenarios that there is not a single vote. In other words, if you had 13 people vote in one precinct and everybody voted the same way, you know how every single one of those people voted in every contest. And so there's those things that's a filtering process that takes place in the lead up to certification, as my understanding, and isn't part of what you were talking about, which are the unofficial results that are currently on the website. You can go to the clerk's office for more detail on that, but that's my understanding.
Jeremy, did you want to speak?
No, but I will if you want me to.
No, we're good.
Because I don't think we were here to.
Oh, no, they just want, I told you that before. No, I just,
Oh, okay. All right, Commissioner comments? No? Are we ready? Kathy? Yeah?
I'm gonna go first. Okay, over Commissioner 610 hearing, we have ballot known closed, 3 Dems, 2 reps. Ballots received after polls closed, 156 Dems, 34 rep. Bearer exceeded limit, 1 Dem. Certificate missing, 1 Dem. Declared wrong party on cert, 9 Dems, 2 Republicans. Incomplete bearer portion, 2 Dems. Marked ballots, 6 Dems, 1 Republican. No ID provided, 8 Dems. Party privilege after primary election, 2 Dems, 1 Republican. Voted wrong party, 1 Republican. And then the rest is Kathy's, but I need you guys to look at the marked ballots that we have here, okay? Yeah, we can.
When, just
But
one
these are mail-in ballots, okay? Yes.
clarification, ballot received after polls closed, you mean that were not
Too late.
properly dated?
Yes,
Okay.
they were too late or properly, okay?
How did you receive them? Those were received by mail?
Yes, by mail. They're all received by mail.
And the postmark
Yes,
after
either,
ballots?
yes, they were either postmarked or no postmark, but they were
No
received
postmark,
after
but
the
after 2
48
days.
hours. No postmark, yes. Okay? I'm just gonna go over these real quick.
We want to get rid of those.
Me? You gotta wait. What happened?
I said.
Oh, give me 1 second, I'm sorry.
Supposed to.
Yes.
They change their party affiliation after the date they can change it.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, yes.
I got you.
Thank you.
Can we shut that door?
Thank you.
Let me sneak it behind you. Oh. That's not clear. You got it.
Are these supposed to be the marked ballot?
Yes, this is a Republican ballot.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, these don't become part of the adjudication process?
No, you have
No.
them here. Got it.
There's no other markings, right?
I have, not for Republican,
No, I mean, there's no other
Oh, I
markings on
see.
that ballot.
That ballot.
no.
Well, apparently, our directions now are, unless it's identifiable to a voter, and a scribble and other things, it doesn't get, it's not a marked ballot. So I would say that for those purposes, it's not a marked ballot, so it could be put through a machine and the other things can be counted.
I agree.
But I don't know about, if they put it through the machine, since there's so much scribbles over the top part of it, there's a scribble that goes through.
It's gonna pop in for adjudication.
Potentially, yeah.
So we can pre-adjudicate it if you want to, or we can just put it through.
Yeah, well, why don't can we just say it's okay except for
I think we
the
should,
top one?
I think we should put it through that way, it's in the system, and they can change, they can do the adjudication.
As long
in
as
the
they
system.
put it through us, give it to us, they adjudicate.
Yeah, it'll get flagged.
Yeah.
And there's
Please,
no-
the little pinpoint got kept getting flagged, right? How many of those we see today, Sylvia? Where they like touch the pen to the paper, they're like, marked ballot.
All good?
All
Something
good.
said yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. We did too much security.
This is a Dem, the rest of these are Dems.
Uncommitted.
Uncommitted.
Same,
I'm gonna go with the uncommitted. President, let's put the, someone
same
filled in.
concept, it's not more, it's, for our
Yeah.
purposes, it's not a marked ballot, which is
That's
what
right.
you're asking us.
Put it through.
They won't do it. No.
Put it through the machine.
I
You
know.
know, tag the circle and it'll come up for
We're
adjudication.
not gonna see it again though,
No, it will.
right? We're gonna see it again?
Yeah, for Eric Marks.
Somebody
And
signed
under
it.
votes.
All right, you put his name.
That's a marked
Because you
ballot,
need to put it through the machine first.
marked ballot.
What is
You
that?
vote for both people too.
Not to be counted. So you
I
follow
can't
the
read
debate.
it.
That's
It says
definitely,
filled in by mistake and then he signed.
yeah.
Ah.
Unfortunately, that's,
It's a marked ballot.
yeah. You can put your name on it, that's, unless you're voting for yourself.
And then you don't know if you voted for yourself, if you put in the right color.
We saw that once today.
That's what.
His initials.
Oh.
That's gonna go to the machine and get.
And because if it's identifiable.
If someone has initials or names, I would count it as a marked ballot. But that's my view. Certainly the name is, I guess the initials, I guess it depends.
Just so we're clear to the difference, so everyone understands, if it's a marked ballot, it doesn't, none of the elections count.
Correct.
We decide that we can put it to the machine and just the presidential becomes an overvote or something like that. Every other vote counts. And so
Correct.
that's the differential we're discussing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Marked ballot means the whole ballot is not counted.
So you're writing this as a marked ballot?
Well, that
And
was
if this were to go through the machine, it would be an overvote for committee.
I guess the question I'm having is, does toe, is that an initial or some identification as to the voter, or is it, it's hard to know?
I can't tell if it's TOE or TFE, I can't tell.
TOC. I think it's TOC.
I think it's an initial, I think he initialed it, that's because he changed it.
Does it say okay?
But there's a difference between an overvote where that the ballot is not counted for that office, and whether it's counted at all.
Well, I mean, at the risk of sounding contrite, like, there is no election that's going to be affected by the outcome of this ballot.
Correct.
So move to the
You
next
do a
one.
lot of it, yes. Well, my view is if it's signed or if there's initials on it, then it's a marked ballot.
Okay, so you want it to be marked out. Anybody else?
I'll second it.
Ma, where are you at?
I don't know.
I'm not marked.
TOE, it doesn't, I don't know, I guess.
All right, I'll
I
go
guess
with-
if I'm inconclusive,
I'm
I'd
not
have to go
marked.
no.
I would go with marked ballot. I think that they tried to initial it,
So I don't know.
it's a no-no. So,
Marked.
it's the only time you can reset that.
Well, then, yeah, he made David Moore, majority. I said.
What is it? Oh, that is a marked ballot.
I hope this
Thank you,
is-
Myra.
We don't even have to read it, it says Myra.
Yes, Myra.
This is
It's
marked.
marked, it's marked. That's-
I'm not interested in this story.
I am.
I know you are.
That's smart.
That's why I headed up, way we don't have to.
You can always Oprah all marked ballots.
Oh, really?
They're anonymous. So they're
I thought they were
Well,
short.
marked ballots are not.
destroyed?
Signed it.
Yeah.
Carol.
Destroyed ballots?
So that's marked. It's her,
Marked.
it's a signature.
Besides, there's images are saved to the computer.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, I'm learning.
Welcome to 2024.
Oh.
70,
It's their ages. They're writing their ages on
Yeah.
there.
and then,
Can we,
Oh, yeah.
and where they live. Interesting.
What? I don't really know what the last line is.
I think it's
Princeton.
Princeton.
Yeah, I don't think that's marked.
Six
I
feet.
think that's, they just took notes.
Okay.
what if somebody was
Did some
filling it in
research.
illegally and we just didn't,
It's a lot for us to guess or speculate about.
How do you mean filling it illegally? It was in a,
they filling it in?
I think that's.
yeah, but it was in a properly marked envelope though, right?
So we're saying it's
Could
not
be
marked
initials.
ballot.
Yeah, it's not marked. It says 79, 79, and 68 in Princeton.
Oh, we're looking for the age of the candidates, and they made a note of that.
Oh,
And Dart lives in Princeton, so,
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
Right.
done.
70.
I'm assuming based on.
Happy? You're going.
About that. All right. Now we're shaking.
That's about right.
Great, so we have, right, we have,
Need some light.
the Dem, all right, so I have power of attorney for the Dems, I have one. Signature, from the sisters, I got 5. Signature doesn't match, 21. Signature is printed, 8. Signature missing, 59. That's the Dem.
All right.
That's listed, that's
Go.
on the list.
Republicans is 1 a sister, 2 doesn't match, 1 printed, and 4 missing.
So we can vote on the missing signatures now, right?
I second
There's a number of things we can, yeah.
it. There's actually a bunch of
Missing
signatures.
There's a bunch of them, can we
Power
turn,
attorneys.
can we turn the light
This guy
on?
grabbed the light for
I'll
some
go through this
Yeah.
and reject, okay. The following, I move that we reject the following, the ballots that are listed here for the following reasons. Ballot not closed, this is both Republican and Democrat. Ballot received after polls closed, bearer exceeded limit, certificate missing, declared wrong party on certificate, incomplete bearer portion, We've only done the marked ballots already, so we don't do that. No ID provided, party privilege after primary election, signature power of attorney.
Wrong party.
There was no, oh, I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry, didn't I see that? Wrong party. The others,
Signature and power of attorney.
What's a wrong?
except for signature and signature missing, the others we have to look at. So I moved at those that I enumerated.
Did you mean to exclude moved out of county?
I just said
No, I
that.
didn't mean to
You
that.
said that.
No, there wasn't any in 2006-10.
Oh, okay,
I was just trying to do the 6-10.
Okay.
Moved out of
That
I
was six-
second
that's-
the
Are we
motion.
doing the power of attorney included?
If it's the actual power of attorney, yes.
No, I mean, is it included in what we're about to vote on?
You didn't state.
I didn't say
Okay.
signature power of attorney.
All right, so yeah, I'm good then.
Okay.
We'll review that one.
You want to review the one that says power, it's signatures with power of attorney?
Yes.
Okay. It's only one.
So,
Based on the ones that he said, I'll second that, to reject all of those,
Okay.
until we
Pending,
keep the remainder.
Pending the cure letters.
Yep.
so we're reviewing
Oh,
the,
wait,
Let me have to
we
take
need
a
to vote on that.
We need a roll call.
Chairman Engel?
Yes.
Commissioner Gill?
Yes.
Commissioner Cap?
Yes.
Commissioner Moskowitz?
Yes.
Commissioner Benjamin?
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.
Yes. Kathy, what's your question?
so we're reviewing the sisters along with the no matches, correct?
Yes, because
And the printers?
I can't tell whether the assistant
And
actually
print
signed
it?
their own name.
Yeah.
Or we think it's.
Oh, I'm sorry, you good? You ready?
At the bottom of the packet.
So which group are we doing now?
Okay, so
Kathy, which group is
we
this?
are now doing it, doesn't match. The signatures don't match.
Signatures don't match.
Correct.
Got it, correct.
Biggest
This
group.
is the voter,
You gotta print it.
this is signature.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it
good with
says
that.
sign here.
Yes.
To vote to accept?
I don't have a signature.
Where's the signature?
Here.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first one's even better.
The first one
Accept
shows
Kathy.
matches are better.
I didn't see the first one. But that's okay.
It's right there.
I don't need to.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's roughly the same script.
Yep.
I can.
Okay. Accept.
Accept Kathy.
It's good?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, there's one.
Hmm.
This is the voter, so you can see it.
Actually, they didn't sign.
You didn't sign.
Didn't sign it.
They put it, they
Yeah,
signed
put
their
Yeah.
political party.
It's in no signature.
Oh, this is a no signature?
No, it
Yeah,
says-
I was thinking
They
this
signed up in
was.
the party,
Kind of do that, doesn't
or attended.
It wasn't signed.
To me.
That was fine.
Okay.
It's when you have a cure letter in it.
Signature
it's
is
not
the
signed,
last
just send
thing,
it back.
Hopefully they get the right letter.
Yeah, I was thinking that that was your signature.
It's fine.
Okay, it's rejected.
Rejected, Kathy.
Next.
Okay. Here's their name.
No.
It looks like-
Unless there are other samples.
Oh. Wildly different samples too.
There's no color.
Look at that.
They're all different samples and none of them are the same. Excuse me.
I would say that.
None of them are consistent,
It
in my
looks,
view.
it looks
it's
closer
just-
to the sisters.
Yeah.
You're right,
I would say reject.
The sister signed it.
Yeah, I'd say reject.
Reject.
Here's the name. The signature.
Any other,
go to the second one.
What? Is that the same
No.
person?
Go to the last one. No.
Okay, reject.
Reject.
By the way, if someone says reject and someone has a question about it, just say wait or something else. Otherwise, go. That's reject.
It's reject.
Reject that.
It's in there to be full. It's gonna be tough.
Oh, yeah, for you.
There's the name. What's the name? Signature.
Any other samples? 'Cause that's not
Looking at the top thing, right, where it says, oh no, I'm looking at the sign here thing.
it's not here.
Nothing. Well, that's not.
Signature on top.
No,
Yeah, no.
no, reject.
Reject.
Reject that.
There's the name. Oh, that's not terrible. Nothing else?
I think it's a mix of printing and
I'm trying to find one letter that looks alike.
It's the signature is printed.
He's not
The
that.
S is going, the S doesn't even connect right.
I think it's more printed. I think that we should let the, I
Well,
think
they
we
have
should
the
reject and let the curator.
Yeah, we have the message.
Do we have anything else?
Fine.
Any other?
I would reject.
I'm fine with it too.
Oh, it's not backwards.
Okay. Debbie.
Yeah, I wanna go with, I mean, the
Printed.
print,
You're right.
can you go up?
She printed, but her
She
stroke
printed.
doesn't look right. Her S is nowhere near,
Yeah,
But it's
I
a
don't think the
printed
letters
S.
are the same either.
but I reject it.
Her
Okay,
E's aren't the same,
okay, reject.
the H isn't the same.
Sure. It's the name and then signature.
Now, any other samples?
That wasn't. Oh, no.
That's not him. Or,
No, reject.
Well, he wasn't able to. Whatever. A second. Jeffrey. This is his name and his signature. Okay. Then we have his sister
I
sign.
think that's it. I think you need the assistant to do it, and I think that's it.
You think that name
I don't know.
printed his letter there?
yeah,
I
He
don't.
needed help.
I gotta say, I think that's right.
I think the guy needed help, and that was just,
No, I get that, but
You
I
know what I
just
mean?
What do you think?
have
I'll
to.
just-
and that's a marker that's there that
Else.
he used versus the thin thing. Is there anything else? Oh, man, that's nice of you. That might have been before he had a stroke or something.
I'll take it.
Any objection?
I don't like it, but I'll accept it.
There we go.
Accept.
This doesn't seem to be the same.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's, really?
Yeah, it's not the same as the assister. So she got a third person in the mix.
That's exactly what I was thinking, once there's a third party. But oh well.
It's a lot
We're
of
gonna
hassle.
accept it.
Accept it.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. God,
Do you think he used a marker because his name is Marker?
That is unworthy.
Odd, it makes it.
You said that joke's
pun.
been
It's
easy.
a pun.
Mensa pun,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
a
Mensa,
pun.
okay.
It's not a Mensa pun. Mensas do a lot of puns. It's a pun.
What's the name?
Scott,
What's it?
Mohammed,
Well, how about that pun?
Buck,
Is that a children?
Oh, it is.
What? Muhammad?
Yeah.
It is in the
Oh,
signature.
my goodness.
I don't know.
Any other ones in it? Samples?
He doesn't look, no.
Slide's not.
No. I would reject.
Reject.
I don't have a problem.
Any other samples? No. I would reject. There,
I can't tell what to say to me.
and it just said it's 2 words, 2 names, first and second, the first letter is the same for both. And that's not the word, that's not
Right.
the person's name.
And we only have the one signature.
Yeah. Reject. Jared Gregory.
Hey, she signed it so nice and clear there.
Yeah, of course. I just said,
See that?
Yes, but the last name is not.
The person's name was Jared Gregory. Any other samples?
That's one. But those 2 samples look like not, you know what I mean?
And the samples, that's the whole concept.
I get that, but they don't,
No.
they
I
only
would
go
say,
below the
I would
line.
reject that.
And that's what.
Yeah, reject.
We got 2 rejects of it.
Nothing goes below the next one.
Sarah. Tell me.
Anything else?
Oh,
That was
I didn't see it.
I'm sorry.
I can see all
I see all the sample ones are consistent with each other.
Trying to find something.
That's the last sample.
The Jaguar, he tries to make it.
Just a junior there. It looks like a junior, what's the name?
But that's it, so, right?
There's no junior on that?
I don't see it.
No.
I would reject.
Different signature.
You don't think the bottom of the J's are consistent,
No.
the sample and the signature?
I see all the sample ones consistent
Bottom
with
of
each
the
other,
line.
but not with the,
Okay, and you don't think that even the first letter?
If the bottoms of the J were consistent, Commissioner, I would think that the
You'd be okay?
cross on the J would be in the same place, and it's not.
Okay.
They don't hit the line on that signature. That seems to be odd for them. So I would say it's not the same.
yeah, reject. Next.
Reject.
Sarah. 135 McCutcheon Avenue. Doesn't understand. It's a Democrat versus
I don't-
There's 2 signatures.
I don't see it.
Last name doesn't look good.
So anything-
The first J.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Huh.
Not any better. Reject.
Wow,
Reject.
where's that signature?
Anything, any other ones?
Can you highlight that? The mail-in ballot?
There's no drop box.
Kathy, can you make that lighter or larger? But I don't see it. It's not consistent.
This, I don't see it. Oh, that looks nice and bright, that's good.
It's brighter, but it's not the
It's
same.
not the same. Yeah,
That's reject.
There, that's a good place to put it, right there.
That's a reject.
I really reject.
Yeah, I'm good. Reject.
Reject it.
Reject, yes.
Not even close.
And you want the
That's
same
that's
name?
different.
It's
Reject.
definitely different. And wait, any other sample signatures? We've got something that's distinctly. No, you just look like that.
Next one.
That's a reject.
you look at any samples, see if there's, no, reject.
No, reject.
They spell their name wrong several ways.
That's a
Jack?
good hint.
And next one.
Why do you say that? Almost there.
I don't see any more, any other signatures?
Reject on that one.
No other samples, reject.
The address is printed in the ballot result.
No.
Reject.
Next,
Next.
Fort Reading.
So the same name, last name the same. Oh, Tim, we did Tim.
was this person's name Cowan? Oh, it does, it could be.
That's the name.
Let's look at it closely.
Yeah, no, I need to see something else.
Anything else? Any other samples?
See, the C is pretty good.
Uh,
The T is different this time than the other sample
I
on
would,
Timothy.
I would reject.
You know me,
O-R.
I'm not bad on this one
Well,
either.
this
but
one's
I
slightly
liked
closer.
all the other
This
quiz
one
that you
is,
guys
this one is
rejected, so
slightly
don't
closer
mind
than
me.
the other sample. I don't see it. The T is very distinctly different.
Yeah, can you just print it? Yeah, can you go back to the other one?
Yeah, look at them.
It's a big T, it's the same.
The other one.
Reject?
Can't count on you. Bad, I get it.
Michael?
That's not my thing.
his last name is Sugar.
Should
Sugar?
That's what it looks like. Try to spell it. Try to
It
spell it.
does.
Alternate sample, sample six.
That's the idea.
That's it. huh?
That's
You should.
No, reject.
even I don't like this.
This is the Republicans now, with the no matches.
It's a primary, you shouldn't hear.
I'm just on principle.
Keith.
Oh, I'm frustrated with the process.
Roxanne.
Keith.
I actually kind of like that one.
So, yeah, I was gonna say
I
something.
almost feel like we had this same
I
person
don't
last time.
think matches at all.
I
The B is
literally,
totally
I almost
big on the
remember
bottom.
the
That's not that person,
No.
that
I
person,
don't think
I
it's
don't like
consistent.
it.
Any other samples?
Ray, you're making a rock sign, that's it.
that person signs like I would sign my thing.
No,
I
that's
can
it.
never
No,
sign.
that was the only sample.
Jack?
Reject.
Okay.
Big.
East Brunswick.
Got G.
That name.
What's the name?
Polish or Gavin Kareem.
Any other samples?
Lights are just ridiculous.
That's it.
BG.
G.
The answer is no.
I would say no.
Reject.
Reject.
That covers the plaque.
He forgot how to say it. And now how
So we all sign the name. And it's like,
We can do a correction. Because
Who's the name?
I can't see it. Nothing.
I
can't
know.
Oh, yeah. Peelbar, John Mack.
see it. Can I move it over?
Can you move over so we see the signature?
Why is it get darker?
Trying to
You
show
move it
some
over a little bit?
information.
I know, but we got the name.
Yeah, here's the signature. See, bring that signature up a little bit
There we
higher
go.
so it gets more.
Goes darkening.
I don't see any alternate samples. Wait, any alternate samples? No? Okay, reject.
Yeah, let's do the other sisters first.
missing a sister.
Josephine Santana.
Other way.
Well, gotta move it to
221.
I was trying to get her name first.
Okay.
Josephine Santana, we see it on the other
the
screen.
your sister signed that.
Yeah, his sister signed
That's a reject.
Josephine Santana. Josephine Santana. Yeah, 89-year-old female.
It says POA, that's
Yeah, it's a power of attorney.
POA, reject.
I did contact this person, now they are going to send me your letter.
That's good.
We need to-
I don't know what we're looking at here.
we need
Oh,
to-
sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's not even, it's a different name.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It's two different
Any
people.
other sample?
This is a different name.
It's Abdul Bangor. That's Muhammad.
This one's, you don't have to
Two
mark it.
different names.
Next.
Yeah, why, yeah, I can work with that too.
Barbara Stewart.
Let's see,
Ann Bass. Lily Ballard.
Yeah, I
I like
like
the
that.
T. I like the T, the last T.
you do?
I'll accept.
I'll accept
Accept
that.
the little.
I'll accept it. I accept it.
I don't like it. If you-
My T's are straight
I like
lines.
it.
All right, accept it. Go.
Okay. Next.
X. For this one, I also called and spoke to the wife, and they're going to send another one.
She said she's gonna give it to you.
About to
All right,
reject.
so then,
So we'll get an X back on this too, right?
Okay, one for your sisters.
You guys signed X, and she said she was gonna send it, she said she was gonna give it to you, X is gonna give it to you?
If the hearing comes back with the voter
I see what you did there.
Tell us a joke.
I see what you did
Okay,
there.
I didn't
No,
catch
it's
that.
true, that one is true.
X is gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Oh, X is gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
She's got it.
Denise Finell.
That was, the sister signed that.
that's
Yeah,
not bad.
definitely.
Look,
No,
look,
the
the sister
sister
signed it.
No, I don't think they did, look,
Yeah, he did.
I don't, okay, Jeremy, I'm sorry, this is a commissioner meeting at this point, public comments for later. I don't think the sister did sign that, I don't buy
Anything
that.
else?
I think they did.
I think the
Look
end,
at the last name on
look
the
at the
sister.
B's. You see how the B kind
I don't
of
even
falls
think-
into itself?
The N's not the same, I don't think the A's are the same, I gotta be honest,
I mean-
Well, I don't
it's not.
see it,
Oh,
but
but he's looking at
whatever it
these.
is, look at the sample versus the
Oh, I didn't
signature.
get that part yet, I'm just
Well,
saying.
you should look at it,
Look at
because it's
the
the
B.
thing.
Well, the P's not bad. The I is dotted, not everybody does that.
The sample, yeah.
The S is kind of weird, but she printed it.
You know, and it's
She
too,
printed-
the
the
P and the
assistant
I is
You know what it
good.
is? It's too loopy as the sisters compared to there's no loops in her original. That's why I
Yes, sir.
Look at the loops in the B.
not in the letters, the actual letters, the I, the N, the E, the LL, they're very
Are there any
pronounced
others?
in this, in
What about the other one?
Any
The
other
other
sample
document?
ones?
Yeah.
Any other sample?
The L is not a straight line.
That's all we have.
What's the
just
first
a-
one look like?
see? Look at that L up there, it's nothing like,
No.
nothing like the P.
Well, I mean, it's definitely printed, so I'll give you that.
Okay, that's a
All right,
reject.
rejected.
Oh, still sticky.
So keep Democrats and South League, that's just what I'm saying.
It's still sticky.
Oh, where was that from? What is that?
South.
Oh, my- See, I don't even look at
Wow,
that.
it's
What's her name
that
again?
was-
Oh,
Brianna.
Decent.
Brianna.
I put tricky.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
This is a sample of this.
Can you take the paper?
Kathy, we need to see it.
Okay.
It's not signed, it's not signed.
So
There's no signature, Kat.
on this.
Kathy, there's no signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're back to Democrats.
I was just, I'm sorry, I was just putting that.
Okay.
So that, one more signature to the count. No signature. That's it, printed.
That's it.
What category now?
One more, the one before was one more signature we have to put for missing signatures. from
What do we have
the
next?
count. Now we have printed.
Well, unless there's, unless
Look at that.
they sign,
That's
that's not printed, but that one is. Any other samples? That's rejected.
Anybody else?
That's
Oh,
rejected.
he rejected it. So he rejected it.
He doesn't say anything.
I don't like to say reject. I just keep quiet.
Or to create a euphemism specifically for you.
You could say not accepted.
Not accepted.
Okay.
I don't like it.
I'll vote to accept all.
Yet.
Just vote in
Charles.
What did you say?
Printed, totally printed.
Let's see what else.
I kind of like to see up in the air though, I don't see that. very-
Charles isn't terrible.
No, it doesn't go back to Charles.
Same.
That's a printed.
That's printed.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would say yes.
It's rejected, hopefully they.
Me and Scott said yes.
I say yes to that. But Charles
Everyone said
isn't.
Charles was okay.
Well, you're not opening your mouth.
I said it first
All
and
right,
you
that's
said.
accepted.
Yes.
Accepted.
I
God.
don't agree.
Don't agree. That was good. Come on.
But we counted before.
You saw
It's
Charles.
printed, it's
Charles
printed.
was the same.
Printed on both. It's printed on
Exactly,
both.
so
Right.
that's
Not printed the same.
And a printing match.
Zoe, what is it? Zoe?
Zoe can go check.
What happened to, okay.
No,
That's
That energy.
I don't think she printed.
Was not the
There's
same.
nothing printed in here. It's rejected.
Oh, Lord.
surveys.
Thank you.
That's not the same.
Okay.
The match is there.
Any
First
other
letter
samples?
isn't
Any
even
samples?
close. Not even close.
That's rejected.
Reject. Robert.
Good check. Any other samples?
I can't see
That's
it closely
nice.
enough.
Any other samples?
This is the same.
The
That's
end
it?
doesn't even go.
No. Reject?
I don't like
Unless there's, did you check with any other sample sets?
I'm just surprised this is in the printed batch, because that doesn't look printed. Right? Doesn't look like it's.
It's sort of hard to tell, but it could be not.
I don't
reject
see
it.
it either.
No, that's the only
Ending
sample,
letter.
the only sample, there's no other samples that it's rejected.
So the ending letter?
This was all we had.
That's the second one.
Okay.
Second?
No, that's.
That's printed, it's clearly printed. Are there any other samples where this actually, no, that's a reject.
No, it's like it's these.
The ones that were printed,
We can reject that.
this is the same thing, the same,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
the same last name.
Same printing too.
Same-
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
that's a
Yeah,
reject as
Mohammed,
well.
you picked that up good.
Yeah. I don't need any more samples, that's
See?
reject. We'll see if he actually comes back with some, two different people
We
signing.
never know, do we? I'd like to know the results on that one.
Margaret,
Again.
That's clearly printed, but let's see.
the end is in bad.
Any more samples?
But. Oh, look at the K. Hudler, squishy.
I think it's a reject, correct.
That's the same
Let's see if
person.
anything else.
Oh, that was terrible.
I reject it. Somebody really didn't want to sign their name because they can't sign it. They get right here, they get it printed.
Reject.
Did that.
Good printed.
Guess. None of them look right.
It's a printed again. Any other ones? Okay, it's printed, it's a reject. You're right. They printed.
That's it.
The only reason I checked the samples is if they, on one of their
Looks
actual
similar,
pieces,
right?
is also printed.
You know, we're comparing.
That's it.
That's all, that's all. You have adjudicated ballots, 8 ballots to go over.
Okay, do it.
Oh, we got a couple of
You'll leave that on, I'll leave that. Shane, your goes off, but Kathy, you leave this on, I'm gonna jump in there.
These are the ones that we rejected?
Yeah.
Push today?
I think this could be pretty
You don't want to just do these all on Thursday?
What's that?
You don't want to just do these all on Thursday when we're done adjudicating everything?
Yeah, if you want to save adjudication for Thursday, we can.
I mean, does anyone have an issue with that?
No, no problem.
Then let's do them all at once.
I want to get
Have a whole different next time. What happened, he said? So what happened?
better.
So they never correct it. As long as it's
Oh, wow. That's all already.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Aye.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
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 Okay, so